Alright, welcome back. In today's video, we are going to learn how we draw the stroke effect to trace around any object. It's auto tracing and then the stroke effect follow the path. After that, we will also discuss how we can do the same effect into our text. As you see, I already discussed how we can use the stroke effect into our video, like this video, that is map animation. So around 17 minutes 22 seconds I discussed what is the stroke effect and how we can use. But now, like for this tutorial, we are going to have a deeper look and understand how the stroke effect work inside the After Effects. That is very important. That's why I need to discuss it in detail. As you already know, we need to have a new composition. For that, I need right click and then new composition, give it any name you want. For this, like I just give it 1, and then you can change the preset, duration, etc. But for this time I think I am okay with this, just okay. Our composition is created. After that, you need to have a new solid. So the solid is working as our background. If you want to use, you can use. If you don't want to use and use any other background, so you can use like JPEG or etc. But this is our plain background, and that is best to have. After that, I need to have a logo or anything you need to trace. This time I just have this Twitter PNG, that is the old logo of Twitter. Let's fit in this composition. So for that, you already know I need to click S into our composition and then drag, so it's fit. After that, you need to select this PNG, okay, that you need to trace, that is any PNG. So this time this is the old Twitter logo. I just clicked here and then I go to layer and then auto trace. So I just click on this auto trace. This box popped up. Just make sure, I really recommend you to check this apply to a new layer. The auto tracing automatically apply into a new layer, not the exact layer. So if you need to have the exact layer, you can do, but I really recommend please make sure it's checked and then hit OK. So once we hit OK, it's automatically tracing our object here. Toggle mask and shape path visibility off, that's why it's nothing show. Once I clicked, so it showed like it's auto traced. So let me hide all the thing. So here you need to search for stroke, as I already searched. Then just simply click and drag into our auto trace layer. We dragged. So simply we need to have on transparent. As I clicked on transparent, then after that you need to select your brush size. I think it's 10 or 12 is okay. So let's say it's 10, and then if I click here, toggle mask and shape path visibility, so it's turned off. Then let's have the brush hardness, and after that we can change the color. Like for this time I go with black. So as you see, the stroke is appeared. Okay, now let's animate. For that we need to have the keyframe from start and then end. I applied, then selecting this layer and then press U into our keyboard. So here our 2 keyframe. Now after some keyframe, like here, add again both keyframe. The value is 100. The end value and the start value of the second keyframe is 100. For the first keyframe, for both value is 0. Next, what I can do, if I offset this path, so you can see it's follow the object, stroke effect follow the object. The next thing what I can do, select all, then F9 for the easy is a shortcut, other is keyframe assistant, and then easy is for the smoothest motion. So now the next thing what you can do, select all, then graph editor. Like we need it's appeared, like once it start it's slower and the end is faster. So for that, here this point, it's start with the slowest movement, like the slow movement, and then it's fast, then faster, and at the end is faster. So same with the next. I really recommend you to mess through the graph editor to smooth out your animation. That is very important and very good. Once we move into advanced level and we are going to animate like the Ali Abdal style or any other style, we need to have a lot of practice with the graph editor. It start slower and then is toward end it's fast and faster and then disappear. So yes, the graph editor helps a lot to smooth our movement as we want. After that, the other thing, if you need, like this is the one path that follow the object, but if you want two effect follows our same object, like the two lines two stroke lines. Simply it's the two way. The first and simple way is we can do Control D and then duplicate. After that we will offset little bit, then it's the two line. We will select below and then change the color. Like for this time I go with this, so you can change any color. As you see, it's two line that follows the path. So it's that is black and the second one is this. Because I duplicate this, if you need three lines, so simple the thing I just tell you, Control D and then paste above, then little bit offset. If you need to have the more distance about first line and then second line, so you can play with the keyframe as well. Like if I move away from here, so now you see here is a lot of difference, but if I Control Z, then you see the difference is very much, as you see. Okay, you can play with the keyframe as well and then see how the animation is go. Just need to have this composition, the duration here, so I simply click N and then right click, trim comb to the path. So now you see it's followed our path. You can do with any object. After that, let's see how we can do the same effect into our text. So for that we need to have the new composition, but moving toward new composition or the text animation, then a little bit simple thing. Like for this, maybe you notice it's very fast. It's depend on the keyframe. If keyframe is near to each other, then the animation is fast. If the keyframe far away from each other, then the animation movement slowest. So slow and the fast animation depends on our keyframe distance. Now let's move toward text, like how the stroke effect follow the text path or trace around the text. For that we need to have a new composition. Okay, so after that, if you want to create a new solid, then you can create, otherwise you can create the text layer. Okay, you can do text layer here as well as from here. So let's write, if you don't subscribe the channel yet, please make sure to subscribe, that's helped me a lot. Now let's change the font and other thing or size into our character panel. If your character panel not here, so now you need to click here window and then the character. Let's change the font. I think this is okay, so it's okay. Let's see how it's worked. I think it's okay. After that you need to select the layer, then right click, here is the create and then create masks from text. So click here, automatically it's created the text outline, like the mask outline. Again toggle mask and shape path visibility height, that's why it's nothing appear. But if I clicked here, then here is the stroke effect that is already searched because we used in our previous technique, that's why it's here. So you need simply click here effect and preset, then search for stroke, click and drag into our text layer. After that you have all of these. So simply you need to select the path you want to visible. Like for this I need to have this color, like I like to go with this, so you can go with any color, that's not a problem. Let me hide this and you see. Okay, I think this is okay. And then the brush hardness is 100. After that, as you already know, we need to click here, then add start and then end animation, where we need to add, you need to this indicator like this playhead, where you need to place your keyframe like here. And then after some frames here I need to add again keyframe, then the value is 100 for both and the starting value for both is 0. Now after that, let me offset this a little bit. Okay, so as you see, it's follow the path. Simply I select all and then right click, keyframe assistant, easy ease. Okay, so now the movement is much better. But if you need to have like it start with faster and then end with slower, so you can do, simply you select this and then now it start faster and then end is slower. Next for this, okay, like it start with the slowest value and end with the faster, as you see. it's very slow, like start very slow and end very fast. Okay, it's just explanation for you. You need to have Control Z. So the other thing I can do for the slowest movement, like select this keyframe and drag up on the velocity. Okay, and simply for this as well. So you see it starts slowest and then end is faster. That is very smooth movement. Okay, I think I am okay with this. It's happened only this, so I need to select all mask. Now you see the stroke path followed all the text. Let me play. As you see, once it's first done and then it's go to second and then third. Okay, let me far away this keyframe and you will see what happened. Okay, like this completed and then it's moved toward here. If I select this both keyframe and then move, so now you see. Okay, if I have this, so now you see it's applied one by one. If you want all the text or stroke path followed at the same time, so for that you need to uncheck this stroke sequentially. Like I unchecked, now it start with all. So it's like you see. But same, if you need to have like the two line followed the same path, so for that the first way, Control D, like we can duplicate this layer and then offset a little bit. Here I do with a little bit different method, so I simply click here, then Control D. This is duplicate. Like if I click here and then U, it's reveal, it's the stroke 1 and then the stroke 2. You can easily change the color, any color you want. If I go with stroke 2 and then change the color, for example I change this one, then you see, and after that I select all the keyframe from the stroke 2 and then little bit far away from the first. So you see two lines follow the same path. But the other thing we can do, like here is we can decrease the brush size, like it's 2 is enough, and same for this 2. Now you see it's pretty much good. As you see, that is very little, so I think 3 or 4. Okay, so here is 4. Now you see. Okay, or also we can use this. So now it's depend on you how you can duplicate this effect and how much effect you want on your object or on your text. Like you can duplicate Control D, or as well you can click here and then duplicate the stroke effect. So it's applied on this layer but the twice, so we can change the keyframe from here, and as you see I offset little bit, then it's good to go. Make sure to subscribe the channel with the bell icon, as well as comment below if you have any question related this topic. Make sure to support all the social link in the description. Thank you so much.